All right, so I had another friend of mine. His name was Tony Shar. I'm reading up on this thing of parents threw me out of the house as a kid because my brother. Okay, well, that's not really a great title, but it's about pursuing your dreams, right? So this guy was like high functioning autistic, like I am, right? And um, he would sit in the basement and play guitar all the time. He's prolific at it, and uh, he gained this skill over a lot of hard work and training. And for some reason, he wanted to do it. Blah blah blah. And uh, he says he's doing it for the enjoyment of it. But come on, dude. When you're that good at guitar, like, dude, go join a band. So Tony Shar, man, if you're out there, dude, I don't know what the hell you're doing with your life, but you're still living in your parents' basement. Um, you know, and I don't know, whatever. I don't know what your problem is, dude, but um, he was a prolific. He could pick up things and eventually learn them so well. I had no idea how he was this good at what he was good at. Guy never really trained for anything. Just an innate, just weird talent that this guy had, and for some reason or another, he just doesn't want to use his talent to get famous or to put himself out there. And like, okay, I understand, but what's the point of learning the skill if you're not going to pass it on, or you're not going to let everyone else enjoy it? What's the point? What's the point, dude? I don't understand what the reasoning is there. Um, this just kind of annoys me, but it comes back to what I guess with me and my father is um so this guy on this YouTube channel, his he wants to be a doctor, and his brother wants to be a guitarist, an artist. That made me think of this story because there's a lot of these things of like trying to live up to your parents' expectations. My dad's told me that's not really the case with him. You can just go be a floor buffer guy. I don't fucking care. You know, um, but that's kind of a misuse of my talents and my intelligence. I know I can do more. I just have to challenge myself a little, and I need to get the negative dad bug out of my ear. Um, for years, man. Just ever since I was like a little kid, it was always the same thing. Hi, buddy. It was always the same thing. Hi. Oh, oh. It was always the same thing with him. You know. Oh, you're sitting there and you're not using. You're not picking a path. Well, I'm not picking a path because everything I say you just throw under the bus. I'm a gifted artist. At least to some degree. I could use a little training, but I mean, I can draw hyper realistic images given enough time. Um, just condescending things like that. Oh, you have a learning disability. Yeah, well, if they gave me more time on the SAT scores, then I could get like a perfect score. You're missing the point, Dad. You know, you're missing the point. It's kind of taking a shot at me in this passive aggressive way while we're driving in the car and I can't get away, you know? Of like, okay, like we're really gonna force this conversation right now about like SAT scores and how smart you are? Okay, right. I already know, man. I already know where I rank in the intelligence scale. I already know. I got it. But as far as it goes for having to try to prove to my dad over and over again that I'm not a dumb fuck, it's just maddening, man. But as far as it goes for the path that he wanted for me, I guess to be an engineer and to not look at oh, he's good at science, he's good at computers, he knows how to shoot guns, he can cook. Um, he knows how to code. He got a secret clearance in the military. Like, we're doing good. We got skills here. We got some skills. All right. So what do we do to hodgepodge all these together? He's an artist. What do we do to hodgepodge all these together? And he's creative. And put them all into one amalgamation and make it into, the culmination of Dad's life work. How do we do this? How do we do it? I guess I can train myself to eventually learn math, but I need a really good tutor who's not a fucking asshole for hours of the day, I think CNC machining is probably a small part of my talent, but time is going by fast. I'm almost 40 and I don't have a fucking career right now. So I got to figure it out. I've done things like I've worked at Amazon factories as, a hired hand for moving product. That was easy. They just didn't pay me enough. It was too far away. I didn't necessarily want to get there and crash my car at 6:30 in the morning because there's 10,000 cars on the road. Man dies in car crash because he was at work and too tired after an 8-hour shift at midnight until 6 in the morning or something, or 11 o'clock. Fine, whatever. That works if I'm 5 minutes away. It doesn't work when I'm half an hour away in Dearborn and the thing's over in Brownstown or Ypsilanti. I've worked in CNC shops, starting to get it, organizing, cleaning, getting everything done, learning the shop, understanding how big the machines are. Some of this stuff can be kind of intimidating because you ever see CNC parts to a machine that are hanging from a ceiling by a chain, and it's like a 15-foot tall block that's probably, 80,000 pounds or something? If that chain breaks, we're all fucked. Hanging up 2 stories tall in the building, and it's still just resting on the floor. Not even resting on the floor, it's hanging a foot off the floor, but it's like a 15-foot tall object that weighs more than a car. Yeah, that's some weird shit, dude. That freaks me out. That freaks me out, man. So, I don't know what my talent's going to be, but the same thing with Tony. He's got all this innate ability, sort of like I do, and I don't know why he sits in his father's basement in this house and he doesn't move out and, blah, blah, blah. But I don't even know if he has a job. I don't think he has a job. Oh, yeah, I work at a grocery store. I make like, $15 an hour. Why aren't you teaching people, dude? You should be charging $60 an hour for that. For that talent he's got just innately in him. And he's just wasting it. And I feel like it's kind of the same story with me. Hi, buddy. You can't go under my shirt. No. You gotta go under the covers. But, I guess it's kind of like rant over. But, hopefully you guys kind of get what I'm talking about here. In terms of, what the problem is. So I gotta find my path. I gotta know what I'm trying to do in my life. Just so I can figure it all out. Hi. Just so I can figure it all out. Yeah, I've got a lot of fear and intimidation and just blockages in my head because of my father. And I'm not saying he's a bad guy. He's obviously well-intentioned. But if every time I try to go for something and, you want me to be, the next leading engineer for the next, Seawolf project, okay, hire tutors. You gotta talk to me the right way. You need to not beat me over the head with fear tactics and intimidation and fear of failure. Like, I need someone that's going to believe in me. You know, I can't do it where, like, oh, why even bother trying? You suck at this anyway. I don't need any more of that, man. I'm done with the psychological PTSD trauma shit from 30 years of repressed trauma from when I was 5. I'm good. I'm all set in the trauma department, dude. I don't need another lifetime, another 30 years worth of trauma. I'm good. Guy can't even get my age right. Steve's 35. Dad, I'm 34. You know, Guy can't even get my age right.